What about the judging, right? I hear some people complaining about they don't know what the judging criteria is like. They say, well, I guess it's different from show to show, maybe, or they just say, what are the judges looking for exactly? Are they looking for, like in your division specifically for the Rise of Phoenix, for Olympia? Do you know exactly sort of like what they want to see from you?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they definitely want to see. I think so many people got into they're so heavy on conditioning, conditioning, conditioning. You got to be striated, you got to be dry, and that serves a part, right? But there's also a huge part of symmetry, and making sure that there's actual shape to the physique that you bring to the stage, especially women, right? There's a certain amount of um, I like to say muscle voluptuousness that you bring to the stage. It needs to have a nice silhouette of curviness to it. Yeah, being striated is great, but if you sacrifice your curviness or your symmetry for being striated, then you're going to be marked out. And the same thing goes with mass. I wasn't the biggest girl on stage, but I didn't need to be. So as long as you can master those three elements, you have enough mass and that mass is proportioned. Again, you've got the nice V taper. You've got, the quads that kind of sweep, right? You got full to those muscles. And you've got enough striation, but enough fullness to the muscle belly where, yes, they can see that you've got great conditioning, but you still have that fullness to the muscle. That's the win. And that's something that, thankfully, working with my coach, my coach is, because Sydney really works with me. The leaner I get, she starts to critique, how I can present my physique at different angles. And I mean, for her to be 5-time Miss Figure Olympia, I mean, she's really good at that. And so that's her because she knows from judging herself, because Sydney used to be a judge some time ago, exactly what the best look is across all divisions. And again, those three things, I think, whether it's a male division or a female division, still separate, the top of the pack from the bottom.
A lot of people want to know. They send in the questions actually. They want to know about your training routines. Like, how heavy do you lift? Do you have any personal like? They want to know how much you bench, how much you squat. Things like that. Can you reveal some of that?
Absolutely. So I actually got away from squatting. I don't really squat too much anymore. Um, Only because with the barbell squat, I mean, I got up to 315 at one point in time, but we had to be very careful with my lower body because again, I tend to build muscle very fast. I have the gymnastics background, and the cheerleading background. I can put it on really quick. Even at this last prep, I put on 8 pounds of muscle, or almost 10 pounds. Sorry, 10 pounds of muscle, and that for a female, that's significant, right? Well, for anybody, but knowing that, we had to back off of the squatting. But yeah, my max squat is 315. So I actually get more into doing leg pressing and then doing more things like isolation movements. So leg extension, seated leg curl, standing leg curl, different variations with those isolated things with hamstrings to really bring forth the clarity in my legs. But yeah, now leg press, I get pretty interesting during the off season with leg press. I mean, I can get in upwards of like 12 or 1300 pounds. I can usually get in at least 15 to 20 reps. So my legs are very strong. Uh, but yeah, I do it too often in the off season, even still for, I'm like, I only want to get so big because I don't want to throw off my proportions, right? That symmetry again still plays a huge role in me doing well on stage. So we've dialed it back quite a bit. I think we have been stopping lately at between 8 and 10 plates. And now that's each side. So, I mean, we were doing 13, 14 plates each side. And it's like, okay, we don't need to do that anymore. At a certain point, it's like, okay, we know you're strong. We don't need to do that anymore. This is aesthetics. But yeah, I mean, that's for legs, that I keep it simple with legs. That way, I don't have to get into doing all kinds of fancy tricks. The old school body still building stuff works, right? I don't need to do all kinds of, suspension training. And no, I keep it simple. A leg press, walking lunges with no weight, leg extensions, leg curls. Have a nice day. We get a little more interesting with my upper body workouts. My upper body workouts, I tend to do dumbbells. I do barbell, but I usually keep barbell to once every other week because again, my upper body strength, I mean, I can get mass quickly. So I alternate weeks. Barbell one week, following week I do dumbbell work. Um, on my second chest day, however, I do more machines and cable work. So that's where a lot of people, they see the muscle and it's like, okay, well, how did you get that? My biggest secret is this. The average person is training chest, legs, back, whatever, once a week. You add that up over the course of a month. That's only 4 times in a month.
Yeah.
If you're aiming to work those same body parts twice a week, now you're putting in twice as much work as the person who's only doing it once a week. So that's how I learned to add the mass in much more quickly when it came to my
More is better, basically.
if you can handle it. So I mean, when I first started, I had to ease my way into, I had to add those days in slowly. So when I first started, I would do 5 days. And then over the course of 3 months, I added in the 6th day and then the 7th day, because training 7 days a week it's a lot. And there are some days, that, I'll make it more of an active rest day, or I'll just focus on cardio, or I'll do some, low impact things like maybe yoga, things like that. But, when I have a goal in mind and I know that, I need to develop a certain area, it's all gas, no brakes. I mean, and I mean, it's not really a secret. It's just a matter of if you have the physical capacity and the mental capacity to actually put your body through that. So, my max bench is 230 on barbell. And so far, my max dumbbell press has been 90 pounds. And again, I'm starting to back off of that a little bit because, a lot of my feedback from this last Olympia was, I don't need to add any more size. So, when you get that critique, you start to make adjustments. So now I'm just a matter of maintenance and details, right? So now I can focus a little bit more on some of the conditioning or the clarity of the muscle, and do more like cable work, machine work. And, when I do my cable work, it's a lot of drop sets, 6 to 8 sets of drop sets is a lot.
It's also, I think machines are actually much better from the perspective of not getting injured. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people get injured on free weights.
Absolutely. So, I mean, it provides that that line of motion for you. I mean, it provides a structure of your body for you. There's usually a tall backrest or something that keeps you supported while you execute the movement that you just don't get when you do free weights. But in my opinion, when you're looking to add mass, you're going to recruit much more fibers in the beginning, right? In the beginning, but most people, if they're looking to add mass, they may be fairly new. Yeah, you're going to recruit much more muscle fiber when it comes to quantity, if you're doing free weights. So a lot of my people who are just starting, or maybe somebody I'm working with them, and they're moving from amateur into higher level amateur. They want to go to that national level. Yeah, we're going to start right off the top with incorporating more free weight exercises.